Buenos días. Este video quiero darle primero gracias a Mavius por ser una buena persona. Quiero agradecerle por todo que me ha dado en esta vida. Yo sé que tal vez no sea su príncipe o no esté en su pensamiento constantemente, lo que sea, porque yo entiendo que tú your money, friends and family. Today I wanna tell you a story. My dad always has good mechanics, and they're always stepping up to the plate. But on this occasion, this mechanic tried to take advantage of me. I took him my Jeep Cherokee, and he did an awesome job, a good cheap job, and he did the tune-up and everything for my truck. And I was amazed how good mechanic he was. It was expensive, but not as a dealer. And he was considered a good mechanic. And I took him another car, my Nissan, and fixed it up, tuned it up, and then I took him. I bought a Chacha, a Ford S10, those like 1987, 88, 90, somewhere around there. It was a standard, and he was rebuilding the heads or the engine, something like that. And I took my Jeep Cherokee home, and coming home, the engine bursted, and I was fucking mad. So I still had the truck over there, the other truck, and I went and I talked to him. I told him, hey, you know what? I think you left the screw of the oil or something bad, because my heads blew up from my Jeep Cherokee. And that was my vehicle to make money, and that was my vehicle that I was using to work. And I straight up told him that he fucked up, you know. That's how I got La Loca from Taco and his brother. And because I needed an emergency car to keep working, so I had paid him a lot of money. And I straight out told him, hey, you know what, you fucked up the engine of my truck, so I want you to fix it. And he told me that his work wasn't guaranteed. All he did was the oil change and the spark plugs and here and there, and the car wasn't really good. How is that possible? I told him I had just gone to Grand Canyon, Utah, Vegas. I had gone everywhere, and plus I was using it all over California, Temecula, Indio. I was going everywhere, San Diego on it, and me and Maura, that was our vehicle, that was our transportation. So I told him, I was gonna postpone the oil change, and I decided to go with you, and on the way home the engine fucks up. There's no possibility that, well, he acted like he was crazy because he knew vatos from Sereno, and he told me if you got a problem to handle it with them vatos. I'm like, you know what, I'm not gonna handle it with the vatos, because I grew up in the projects. I don't give a fuck who they are or what they are, or homies they are, or cousins or family members. I don't really give a fuck. I go, as a matter of fact, I'm gonna take my other truck. Have you finished it or not? I don't give a fuck. So I had taken my dad in church, and I told church, I opened the gate, and the guy closed it on me, and he made a big scene, threatening me that he was gonna call the cops and blah blah blah. I didn't give a fuck. And his wife and everybody tried dogging me and stepping up to the plate. So I told my dad, I go, Dad, I'm sorry. And I go, sorry for what? I'm sorry for what I'm gonna do. And I know he's your friend, and I know you probably know him for a while or whatever, but I'm sorry. And my dad moved to the side, and I fucked up that guy. I'm talking about a beatdown. I hit him so fucking bad, I kicked him. I left him bleeding, and he was crying for his life, and I kept kicking him still and beating him down. And I know he went to the hospital, and he couldn't press charges on me because he had told me he was a gangster. And once you tell me you're a gangster, you gotta step up to the plate. You know, you gotta live by the code. And I told him straight out. So I got my truck out, and they took money from his pocket. Not took it, I told him to pay me, you know. So he gave me back like about $1,000, and I didn't pay him for the Ford truck. And the Ford truck did a good job on it, so I can't complain on that one. It lasted us until Judge fucked up. He wrecked it, and got confiscated over there in Lakewood, but he wrecked it and he fucked it up. And I wanted to show him a lesson that he had to learn, and he apparently did, you know. He apparently did, and I just want to remember how I give that vato a beat down and I got my money back. I mean, if you want to take advantage of people, just make sure you do it to regular people, not to people like me. And well, coming back to the story, the object of the story is you don't mess with me. You don't try to take advantage of me. My dad, I was amazed and surprised that he didn't even get mad at me. He took my side, and situation got handled. I don't know how or what, or I've always once I give a person a good beat down, people understand that if I do it in front of your house, in front of your family, and I do it by myself, I'm willing to do anything. And people don't wanna test me after that. It's gotten me a lot of favoritism in life. I remember with my tío Pepe, we had our big Goliath truck, and we had a engine problem también, and they fixed the engine, and they didn't fix it right. They forgot a certain part that it fucked up right away under like 15 days. And normally they give you like a 30-day to a 90-day grace warranty. Anybody else, you'll get a brand new engine and everything. But these are moms and pops businesses, you know. And Pepe told me to go get the Stufa, and Stufa was our diesel truck, and block his business. And they had tow trucks and everything, but I've always been intimidated. I've always intimidated people, and I've always got in my way. And they gave us our money back, and we didn't want to do business with thieves. I just want to tell people, when people take advantage of me, they think I'm normal, or I'm understanding, or I take a loss. I don't. I'm never gonna take a loss. I know it's gotten me in situations that I shouldn't be involved in, but it is what it is. And I don't think I'm ever gonna change because I was brought up one way, and I'm old school. And the message of this video, it's not that how crazy I am or how tough I am. I got respect, and I earn respect, and I treat people with respect, you know. And people that try to take advantage, I've always stepped up to the plate. I know that a lot of people say that shouldn't take it like that. My brother Danny, Maura's husband, crashed the car, and I made her pay for it. And I ended up being with her. You know what I mean? I did 9 years. I don't know if it was a good thing or a bad thing, but one way or another, you pay back, but you reap and you sow. And it was an awesome time. And people that has caused me harm, I've never called for help, or I never needed help. I've never called the police, or I've never called friends or taken advantage of the situation. I always handled it like men, and that's what people respect from me. For example, when me and fucking Bobby, we had our discussions, and they took his chain and they beat him up, and 2-3 people probably got taken out for what happened up there, up north. And Bobby was all mad and wanted me dead, and wanted me to and I told him, fuck, you guys were like 10, 15 of you guys, and I was by myself. What you expect? To just give my hands and doblarme and fucking beg for my life? Hell no. And we thought of harming ourselves and everything, and I went up to him straight out after like 2 years, 3 years, and I straight up told him, because I know where all your family lives, and I know that you're a father now, and if you can't move on from what you guys intended to do to me and harm me, and then you know what, it's not even worth fucking arguing about it. And me and him shook hands, and we decided to move on from our arguments. And he realized that I do have balls. I did handle it like men. And even though everybody else would have just, I wasn't not in my turf, I wasn't in my area, and I was in their turf, in their area, and they wanted to punk me. They wanted to use me as an example. They wanted to tax me, and I didn't allow them to. That's when Bobby and everybody goes, you know what? Regardless of whatever, you got balls, man. You got more balls coming to my house, he tells me. I go, wow. All I did was defend myself. And I'm not here to make enemies or run away from problems. I just want you to understand, if you want to throw down, let's throw down. If you want to kill me, kill me. And we worked it out. We're still friends. We used to, his kids are, they're around me. They call me like a tío. They appreciate my love for them and everything. And I appreciate that, and I respect that. I take care of them. I've raised them the moments I've been there, and I've let them know that they're important in my life. And they've been around my daughter and everything. And it's a way that you could handle situations. You don't need to call friends and make a bigger thing than what it is. When they stole my van, I handled it. I fucking took care of business, and I shook hands. And you know, as long as you live by the code, you're okay. You know what I mean? And Tonaya, I got in a fight, and I beat the shit out of him. He called all his friends and everybody just to come roll me up. But little did I know, I got money and I was gone. And still go. I've been involved in fights in El Grullo. I still give my face. I still represent. In El Rasguño también I've fought in. And as long as you stick and you respect, you don't take advantage of people, and you don't make it a bigger thing than what it is. It's just a simple fight or an argument. That's about it. You handle it like men, and you resolve it like men, and you move on like men. The reason I'm telling you these stories is I want you, mija, or your sons, my grandsons, or whatever, in the future, to understand that they have with them inner powers, and they got a state of a mind, and they're fucking intelligent, not to complicate things, and not to make it worse, and make worser matters impossible to resolve. Life is all we got. If you know how to fight, if you're a good worker, if you're a responsible person, it don't matter what life throws at you. You can overcome it. Any obstacle, anything that life throws at you and that seems impossible to other people, you overcome it. You oversee it, and you overpass it, and you never let something so small, complicated, threaten your life. And hopefully you guys are not gangsters, and if you are, just remember, a gangster is cool because you get the high nuts, you get the todo, but you could also be around, and you guys could belong to something, you guys could do something, but handle it like men. Don't ever be afraid to be disciplined and be understanding and be grateful. You know, like, in other words, take a beating, give a beating, agarra un regaño, no agarra un regaño, you know what I mean? Get an insult or whatever. It don't matter. You don't have to be crazy. You don't have to go to jail. You don't have to take lives or make it bigger, you know? Just resolve it right there and then. Tell your friends, hey, can you excuse me? Well, I'm gonna handle some business with him, and it's just between me and him. And your homeboys will fucking respect you, and life will fucking respect you. And a lot of people have hurt me in life, and I learned to forgive. And the deepest person that hurted me is Mavi, and I learned to forgive her. I learned to move on and fucking be great parents to you, Vanessa, and hopefully you understand what I'm trying to tell you. I'm not trying to put you against your mom. I'm just trying to tell you who you are, why your kids or your family, it is what it is, you know? And I just want you to be proud that you have an awesome father, and I love you with all my heart. And I told you many times how important you are to me and to your mom. And you'll always, even though I'm not alive, or even though I don't exist, you'll always be important. And my grandkids, they're always gonna have these videos. you're always gonna have them to fall back on and remember me. And there's a lot of stories that you might not gonna believe, but it's great, yeah. It's great to have more than less. I traveled to El Grullo, and I had to dig in through all the files and people y todo to find out with my grandpa y todo. And people get amazed that I inspire people to go to my grandpa's tomb, and I have them in my thoughts, and people always say, man, but you didn't even know him. Exactly, I didn't know him, but my inner strength, I think I got it from him. If he would have been alive, because those stories that I hear, my grandpa era bueno para pelear, and my grandpa was exactly like the way I am. He was built like a machine, like Superman, and he handled business. He was always in charreadas, and he fought even toros and horses, toreadas and charreadas, yeah. And he used to amansar horses, and he got his ass dropped a couple times también, and he stepped up. My tío Rafael was military, and he stepped up to him. Well, there was another story that I wanted to tell you about my great-grandfather. Well, grandfather, not great. They used to live in an hacienda, and it was had like about 20,000 vacas, had horses and had chivos, and all the family used to live over there. Well, in Cerritos, you know. And they used to be in a big hacienda. And my grandpa worked as a capataz, as a right-hand man. And him and his two brothers were the main enchilada guys. They were the standout guys. They had the best horses, and they used to bring cattle over here to California, you know. And it used to take them like 3 months just to get here with the cattle. And they lived their youth there, and they became good at their job, and they could ride horses for days non-stop. And they knew how to freshen up their horses and how to keep themselves in a timely manner. You're talking about 20,000 vacas. They used to bring like 5,000 vacas at a time, you know, and only about 6 guys. So they had to corral them. They had to have guns because people wanted to steal them. And there's wolves and snakes and everything that could kill them. So they also had to be paramedics, and they had to be tough. And they'll pass through militaries, and they'll pass through people that wanted to be tough, and they threw down and they fought. They handled business, yeah. And no one dared to challenge them. And even though there were only 6 of them, mija, you gotta understand who my grandpa was. My grandpa always kept in shape and always fucking wrestled. And he was the youngest of all 3, his 2 brothers. And the way my tío Pablo, my tía Mercedes, and my great-grandma used to talk about my grandpa was tough. All 3 of them were stallions. They were like, todas las mujeres querían con ellos, and my grandpa would go a las charreadas and subía a las reinas. And I mean, as I know my grandpa, he probably was a stallion, but my grandma no se quedaba atrás. My grandma was always involved in charreadas, and she was always doing the jaripeos and keeping the flies away, mija. And what you call it? That was part of his rituals, you know what I mean? And I'm grateful to hear the stories about my grandpa, and I'm pleased that how he lived and everything. And people always tell me, well, how do you do it? And you're gonna ask yourself, mija, multiple times, how do you do it, mija? Well, it comes from my grandpa, the Carrillo side. We got their blood and we got their height and we got their body build and their ideas, and they're intelligent and they're everything. Not saying nothing about your mom's side of the family, mija. I'm just saying, mija, that everybody, mija, everybody needs to know who we are, what do we stand for, and why are we the way we are, and why do we think the way we think, and why are we built different than other people, and why don't we give up. My dad, not my grandpa, told me a lot of stories about my grandfather that I don't know how to start them. I don't know how to start them, and especially don't know how to explain con la crema de que mi papá le pone, because my dad heard them from his dad and seen them directly, and I don't know if the way I say them might ever seem or put them in the right place. So that's why I'm not too fond in talking about his stories, you know. I might offend people or criticize or hurt people, and me, I don't know how to react, you know what I mean? Last person that I told stories about my grandpa, and he told me stories about my grandpa, I beat the shit out of him, yeah. Over there in Tonaya. That day we went to Tonaya together as a family. They were telling you the stories about me, and it was nice. But like I said, no one's gonna put my grandpa down, or no one's gonna criticize him or judge him in front of me. And I'm not especially gonna do that, but I have a lot of stories. Hopefully I get the strength to go and spend my dad and tell me stories about him. And so I'm gonna start. I just haven't finished with my stories, and I think my stories are more important to you, mija, than my grandpa's, because you could put a time, a face, an attitude, and all that. You have an awesome dad, and nothing's impossible for me, mija. And even though I fail, I'll succeed eventually, mija. I'll keep on trying until I succeed. I know that I'm grateful and thankful that, mija, you're in my life, and I see a lot of you in me. And that's the reason I want to tell you all the stories, mija. So maybe you're gonna pass it on to your kids. And if you have a kid like me, nosotros somos imperativos. We're fucking hyper, and we're fucking aggressive, you know what I mean? And I learned to box a certain way and to attack life a certain way, mija. And all my stories, more or less, they're combined and they have the same subject. I put 150% to it. No matter what I do, I give it my all. We could cause harm, but we know how to lift up people and forgive people and make them our friends. And we show people that we're not anybody just to be messed with. So I just want to tell you, mija, that I love you, and hopefully one of these days you tell me that you're proud of me, mija. And at least for letting you hear my stories, you pass them on, and you give them, and you show them to the right persons, mija. So that's the end of the story for today, and thank you for watching me tell my stories, and sometimes I don't have nothing to talk. They're not scripted. They're just thrown out there with reality. You can take it however you want, but I don't think I could do the same video over and over and over, because to me life goes on and moves on. Well, mija, we gotta go to work. Don't forget I love you, mija, and you're my everything, okay? Bye.